little secret. You know how you can spot a Peterbilt owner? Just give him 5 minutes. He'll tell you. Going on, guys? It is Saturday afternoon. Had a little free time. Figured I'd tell you some stories and lies. Mostly stories, but we'll go with whatever we can come up with. We're in my truck. Well, my truck after the payments are done. But it's my truck. So, here we are. We are in a Peterbilt. Don't worry, hang on, we'll get there. But what's happened since the last time I was in the hotel? I'm not in a hotel. I'm finally in a truck in a Peterbilt seat making videos. Stop me when you get here. But, yep, we got it, man. We are rolling out today. Well, technically rolled out yesterday. So, orientation was 3 days. It was like being back in the Marine Corps. There's a whole lot of hurry up and wait. But right now, man, trucking companies are growing. All of them. Everybody hiring. And so, I think the place I went, they usually have about, maybe, they have 2 classes a week. They normally have, 6, 7 people. And we had 24. That we started with. We'll get there, too. But you know what? Orientation sucks. There, I'm going to save everybody the trouble. Trucking, orientation, sucks. There is nothing fun about it. There's some highlights, like picking out your truck. But other than that, it sucks. It's not fun. They feed you. They want you to go to work for them. They're going to invest money in you, and you can stay or you can go. But that's trucking. You'll hear that statement a lot out here. So, but it still kills me, because I've now been to 4 orientations in 2 years.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm not going through another one. That wasn't a joke in that last video. If this don't work out, I'll just hang it up, as some people think I should do anyway. But orientation sucks. But here's going to tell you the quickest way that you can make orientation 10 times worse. Talk to other people in orientation. It never fails. So here's how orientation is going to go. You're going to have the people that are just roll with the punches, kind of like myself. You're going to have the people that they ask a lot of questions. They do a lot of talking. And then you have a group of people that have been there, done that. This is their 17th orientation. That's been in trucking forever. They know everything. They've unseen everything. And if you're not careful who you listen to, you'll make orientation worse than it already was. So, I think we had 12 company and 12 lease ops. Straight even down the middle. And I think we seated 8 lease ops. And it's funny, not funny, the people that quit, again, I don't know them, I don't know their story, I do not know their background. This is not judgmental. But you drive all the way to an orientation, you spend 3 days at the orientation, you get all the way through to the last day of orientation till you can go make money, which is what we're all out here for, and then you quit over something that seems very trivial. One day I'll tell you where I work, but I will tell you this. They are pretty honest, so far that I've seen. But when I hear people, they told us from day one. They told me in the email. I don't know if somebody's recruiter lied to them. It happens a lot out here. But they said, look, as a lease op, you have some trucks you can choose from. Based on miles and years, they do their lease program their way. And if we don't have the truck that you want, when you sign your papers, tell us what you want. Trucks come in all the time. We'll get you what you want. But when we go from needing 15 trucks to needing 40 trucks in a week, we just don't have, like the guy said, we don't have millions of dollars inventory, like, and it's not a slam, but at Prime, where there's, and I think even drivers, they're even at a shortage, where you got 15, 20 trucks. The guy said, we ordered 320 Freightliners. We've got 80 of them this year. There's a chip shortage. There's reasons. And so you can get yourself worked up and pissed off and tired and bored and quit. And you got to start all over again. Who the hell want to start all over again out here? I mean, I'm telling you. I made it through orientation. I got very lucky. We'll get there as to what happened with me. I got very lucky and it worked out. But I let people even get my blood pressure up a little bit. But orientation's going to suck. I'm just going to break it to you. It ain't fun, but that is what it is. All right, now that crap's all the way. Now to the fun stuff, man. So why am I in a Peterbilt? So I don't know if my philosophy is wrong. Again, I'm just telling you what works for me. Put down in the comments how stupid I am and all that. I got you. I'm a moron. Shouldn't be listening to me. But the one thing, and I tried to do it at Prime, was when they offered me the 2 lease trucks. I remember the story. I had a 20 and a 19. I tried to go with the 19 with the shorter lease so I could own it quicker. Y'all remember this story, right? Y'all remember how that happened? Well, I was where I'm at. We went to orientation, truck selection time, and they kind of give us an idea of what they had. You know, here's kind of what we got. They had several 2022s, which was what a lot of people wanted, and their payments were such and such, and then that's what a lot of people wanted. And a lot of people got what they wanted. But I said, he said, they don't, for whatever reason, they don't buy Peterbilts anymore, but they got some. But they may, if they're lucky, have one, and it'll be a 2019. And we got there the next morning. He said, I got one 2019. And there was me and another gentleman named Eric. And we kind of looked at each other, and they talked about some things. And so I said, I'll take it. And then cut him off and raised my hand, and I said, that's what I want. That was the oldest truck they had that they would lease. They have 18s and 17s, but they don't lease those. The company guys kind of finish those out when they get waiting on brand new trucks. They had a 2019 Peterbilt, 350,000 miles, but she's mine. Got the key. It's in the ignition right here. I got the paperwork, and if this goes how I want it to, and we don't have a Freightliner issue, which, hey, we have put 100 miles, and which is longer than my first truck at TMC lasted, is longer than my first truck at Cook lasted, it's longer than my first truck at Prime lasted. We're in the money, baby. We did it. So we are in the money. So my plan is this. I have I think it's right around, it was like, I think there's 31 months of payments left on this thing. I'm gonna try and pay it off quicker. I got a plan for that. Just relax. And it should be mine. So I have a 2019 Peterbilt. I'm back in the cool kids club. I can rattle people's head off about, I got a Peterbilt. Oh, I got a Peterbilt. 579. It is, I won't say TMC spec, because it doesn't have stacks. It's a mid-roof, leather seats. It's got the cushions, the surrounds around the seats. We'll get a truck tour once I can figure out how to block out the company logo. We'll get a truck tour, but. So that's the deal with the truck. What's the truck? What truck is this? The truck I have is a 2019 Peterbilt. Yes, it has the PACCAR MX-13. Yes, it has an automatic transmission. I'm fine with all of the above. But what's really cool is where I'm at, they show you a contract on their used trucks. And I did used truck values, and I actually bought it below book, even though now the market's super high. But, you got some interest and things like that. But, again, I went lease op. I went where I went. I picked the truck that I want based off what worked for me. You do you, boo-boo, as my daughter likes to say. I can't control what works. You need to do the research. You need to do the thinking and put your time in. That's part of the research phase we always talk about. But I wanted an older truck. I didn't want a 2016 with 600, 700,000 miles. So 350, I don't think that's high for a 4-year-old truck. It's 19, they got it at 18, so 18 to 19, 19 to 20, 20 to 21, 3-year-old truck, about 110,000 miles a year. That's fine. It works for me. Daddy's happy. So, on to the next. It is impossible for me to explain to you how I feel when I do things, because I'm me. It's impossible for you to explain to people a lot of times why you do the things that you do. But I got that load yesterday. I got my truck yesterday afternoon, and they said, hey, we got your go home load, but it doesn't load till Sunday. It's Friday afternoon. She said, you mind doing us a favor and running a local load for us on Saturday, and then you can preload a trailer on Saturday, pick up a preload, deliver the preloaded trailer to the store, live unload, come drop the trailer back where you picked it off. Can you do that? And then I said, absolutely. And then tomorrow I'll drive out, I'll pick up my preloaded trailer, and we'll head to Texas. But I've put it in a video, and I'll put it in now. But when you complete that load, and you make the money off of that load, and it's going to buy your truck and build your business, support your family, it literally is like,
That isn't my money. That's no money. That isn't my money. I
and I just can't explain it. But like, when I got that load, when I came back on the road, I told you I flew to California, and I bobtailed, and I was all nervous, and I backed up to the trailer, and I sat there for 10 minutes and said a prayer, and was all worked up, and had been on the Google for 14 hours trying to figure out my route, where I was going, and blindside backing off the road and all that. And I just, man, when you're a lease op, or when I'm a lease op, and I'm excited, and they got my truck, and I'm going to make money in my truck, well, I couldn't get to that load today fast enough. And then they're like, oh, and I looked at the Google Earth, and I gotta back in off the street. Here, I'll show you this video right here real quick. So this was my first back. The only way here was to come off that road. Just like a minivan there, and I had to sit right there with my hazards on, because the only way into this dock where I'm at was to get all the way up here in this lane closest to the road, because there's a hill and a ton of traffic. You see the traffic don't seem to stop. But basically, just line my tandems up here, and I block the road for about 30 seconds. I know what I'm doing, and there's enough room. Here's a wide drive, but sometimes in this business, you just got to do what you got to do to get your delivery made. And people were actually very nice. I waved to everybody. They waved back. We're all good. But this is my first one. First delivery made. But when I did that today, I didn't even flinch. I didn't even my heart didn't even elevate. And it's just because it was for me. I was doing what I wanted to. I didn't feel like I was doing a job. I mean, yeah, it was. Yeah, I didn't like blocking the street, but I mean, if you turn her left, you turn her right, you look out your window and you do it, you'll get it in the hole if you just work it right.
That's what she said.
But for some reason, for me, when I'm doing it for myself, it's just different. That's why I can't wipe this smile off my face. That was like when I was at TMC and I said, I have all the problems, I get the truck and turn the key. That's because I knew I was on the right path. And now that I'm doing it now, I just know I'm on the right path and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And that feeling is just amazing, guys. I don't know what it is that you like to do or that you want to do. I don't know what your future goals and plans are. But I can tell you one thing, no matter who you are, when you're taking the right steps, it feels different. Every dollar I've ever made when I was doing my thing, whether I was cutting grass for $30 or building tough sheds for $1,500 or driving for Prime or where I'm at now, it just feels different to me because it's what I know I'm supposed to be doing. There are people in this world that get up in the morning, just use an example, go to AutoZone, work 8 hours at AutoZone, come home, and then go play softball because that's what they're into. They go fishing because that's what they're into. They work on their house, and that makes them happy because that's what they like to do. Okay? January to September, I like working for myself. October through December, I like killing stuff. I'm a hunter. It's what I do. I fill my freezer. But I don't have a lot when I go home. I don't go home and I don't have a boat that I like to go fishing or something that I'm restoring or woodwork or metalwork or whatever your thing is. So what I'm saying is I go back and say that my way ain't the right way. My way is just my way. So I appreciate all the support you guys give me. I love making these videos when I'm in this kind of mood. I'm sorry. I'm just having a good day. There was no nervousness at all. I've just had a great freaking day. And you know why? Because God's good. But that's just me. So that's it, boys. Another video. I told you I'll put them out when I can. I am sweating because it's so daggum hot. So I'm going to start my truck. I'm not going to watch the UFC fight. I can't pay $70 a fight. I just got into UFC. That's actually a new thing for me. But that's what I'm going to go do is just chill out and relax, get my preloaded trailer, and head to Texas. God bless, and let's get rolling.